Hi friends, Susie Dingle here. By happenstance, I found myself in Bellingham, Washington, took a walk to stretch my legs, and came upon this beautiful park. And, as I'd soon discover, a salmon hatchery. I suspected that there was some sort of hatchery down there from these big circles, but I didn't expect to see some of the other things that were awaiting for me down these stairs. When I arrived at the bottom of the stairs, I had to figure out which way to go and where I was. I really wasn't sure yet, but I saw that there were many options. The bridge over that creek was the obvious choice for me. I wasn't sure how long the sunbreak was going to last, and I didn't even have an umbrella. It had been raining all morning, but I figured I'd just keep walking until either I got drenched or my husband called me back because his meeting was over. A short ways further on the trail, I noticed an interpretive sign. Whatever this place was, it was definitely a nature trail that was showcasing our native plants in the Pacific Northwest. Then I noticed that the artwork on the signs had been done by various students of the Whatcom Middle School. I kept walking along the trail that bordered one side of the creek. While photographing the sign for the sword ferns, I looked beyond it to see what kind of ferns were there. And while I was looking more deeply, I noticed some snowdrops in front of these rocks. And as I raised the camera, I noticed something else behind the rocks. It was so subtle, I would have missed it had I not been looking deeply into that area. That's really cool, I thought. That's a salmon sculpture, and it looks like there's more of them. I counted several that were going up this faux stream. Perhaps there's water in it at certain times of the year. But I thought, wow, that's really neat. Very subtle. I like it. But there was more to this story, and had I not looked down, I would have walked right past it. 10 Steel Salmon Going to Salmon Woman by Steve Seymour. Okay, that's really cool. There's 10 salmon in there. I didn't think I saw them all, but they were probably going up the creek to something called Salmon Woman. I kept walking and photographing the signs that were done by the middle school students that were so great, and filmed this vine maple, which is a wonderful Northwest native, and then some Oregon grape. I rounded the corner, and only then was I able to see a beautiful sculpture up on a hill with a backdrop of trees. It was so well disguised, the same color and the same form, just this upright piece of what could have been mistaken as a piece of wood from the distance or a tree trunk. Just like the salmon below, I was drawn to the Salmon Woman. I knew that I would have to leave soon because my husband's appointment would be over, so I quickly scurried down to the creek as close as I could get. On my way out, I stopped to photograph this beautiful stand of Oregon grape and raced over to the holding ponds to see if indeed they were if it was a fish hatchery. Indeed it was, and it's the Maritime Heritage Center Salmon Life Cycle Facility on Whatcom Creek. My husband and I returned to this park after his appointment, and we went around the facility. I love exploring new places. It's one of my most favorite things to do, especially when I have no idea that I'm going to encounter it. I thought of all of you as I was filming it, what you might like to see, what was delighting me, but what might also be of interest to you. If you are inclined to subscribe, that would be awesome. And like the video. Thanks so much, y'all. I will see you in the next one.